warm welcome to each and every one of you. The program will commence shortly. First, I would like to make two small requests. Please switch off your mobile phones or keep them in silent mode. Second, photography during the event is allowed, but please refrain from using flash mode. Thank you. We will be playing a few videos during the recent defense exercises held between India and Japan, namely the Veer Guardian air exercise and the Dharma Guardian ground exercise. Please enjoy the videos. Thank you. The ambassador will be joining us shortly. Um, can the quiz winners please stand up? Sorry for the inconvenience. All the quiz winners may please take their seats at the front. The Honorable Ambassador will be arriving shortly. I once again request you all to please keep your phones in silent mode or switch them off. Thank you. Honorable Ambassador, Sir, distinguished guests, good evening, and once again, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. We are here today in the year of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to celebrate the vibrant Indian community in Japan and to recognize their contribution in strengthening of relations between India and Japan. Without further ado, please join me in inviting onto the stage His Excellency Sibi George, Ambassador of India to Japan, to deliver the opening remarks.
Good afternoon, everybody. I welcome each one of you to today's evening gathering here. I'm so happy to see that so many of you have come to join us in celebrating the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award that Dr. Masuda Sarfi Shiothani has received recently from our Rashtrapati ji at a function at Indore. So she is here. Let us welcome her first. I thank my colleagues in the embassy who have put together this program today evening. We have four objectives from this event today. First, as I said, to celebrate the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award that Dr. Maksuda Shiothani has received recently. We also remember the contributions of other Indian diaspora members who have received awards in the past, and also others who have been contributing in building our relationship. Second objective is to felicitate the children who have been participating in various activities that the embassy has been undertaking in recent months. To mention a few, the Republic Day celebrations, the Hindi Day celebrations, and also the winners of two quizzes we organize regularly in the embassy. One is India Quiz, that is related to culture, organized by the Vivekananda Cultural Center. And second, the Science and Technology Quiz, which the embassy organizes. We will be felicitating them in the next few minutes. I had the privilege of going and meeting the children who are waiting at the hall downstairs. Unfortunately, we have only a smaller auditorium here. Third objective is to brief you on the state of India-Japan bilateral relationship today. As an ambassador, it is my responsibility to keep the diaspora informed about the state of our bilateral relationship and also to seek your support on the programs and initiatives which we have in taking this relationship forward. Fourth is to launch three platforms which the embassy has been working on, basically to connect Japanese, our friends, with India through three digital platforms: Indian Professionals Network, Indian Business Network, and Indian Cultural Network. So let me start with the first one. Dr. Matsuda Surfi Shiothani. She has been flying India's flag high in Japan for over 30 years. It's a proud moment for us when she was honored by our president at a function in Indore last month. I had the great privilege of meeting her a few occasions, and last week I was with the governor of the prefecture, and he was also mentioning to me about her contributions in building our India-Japan relationship. I thank you, ma'am, for your service, and I would recommend all of us to give her a standing ovation. Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, our children have been actively participating in various events that the embassy does. I was so happy to see their performance during the Republic Day function here. They are the future. They spend extra time and energy in connecting with India and keeping our cultural traditions alive. It needs extra pain and extra energy to practice dances and music. In today's competitive world, they are spending time for that. That shows their love and affection towards their country, our civilizational values, and our culture. I think we should encourage each one of them. The purpose of this function is also to felicitate them and encourage other children, talented ones, to contribute, join, celebrate India together. And we in the embassy plans to, and we have been celebrating every Indian festival. And we are a land of festivals. So many festivals. We have so many heroes who have sacrificed their lives for India over the several centuries. Everyone need to be celebrated. That is what our civilizational ethos and values are. We believe in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We know this year we are the chair of G20. G20, and we are doing 200, more than 200 events in India spread all over the country. We are connecting with every country in the world, including the global south. And here in the embassy, we are doing every month one program on G20, inviting our Japanese friends and other embassies to come and participate. And they are participating. So we are celebrating India every day in embassy, and I would like to request your participation. I know physically it is not possible for everyone to come and attend all the functions, but what you could do is use the social media to reach out to our Japanese friends. We have excellent bilateral relationship. Now let me come to the third point. We have excellent bilateral relationship, built a period of several years, several decades, and this has transformed into a special strategic and global partnership. There is no other country with which Japan has a special strategic and global partnership. It indeed is special. We are cooperating at every level. We have annual summit. Some of you have attended the visit of our honorable Prime Minister last year in 2022. We have an annual summit. We have 2+2, that is foreign minister and defense minister meet regularly. Very few countries have that kind of connect. Of course, let me share you a secret. We have something to the tune of 70 dialogue mechanisms between our two countries, covering the entire spectrum of relationship. And this is all serviced by the embassy here. I thank my colleagues for the extra work they put into make sure that this work, these meetings take place on a regular basis. We also have been celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in a big way here. I know a series of events have been organized, not only in Tokyo, all across the country. In fact, I'm very happy to mention that in the coming days, that is till 15th August, we are planning to organize 75 cultural events to celebrate the 75th anniversary under the theme hashtag connecting Himalayas with Mount Fuji. So I would request everyone to go to the website, go to our Twitter and put the hashtag and see what we are doing, and urge you to connect with our Japanese friends. Now, let me also mention about what we intend to do in the embassy in coming days and months. As I mentioned, excellent bilateral relationship, political, strategic. Now, when I am speaking to you, my defense attaché is not here because he is participating in India Japan defense exercise, which is happening in Shiga province, Shiga prefecture. I had the honor to visit it last week. And this is the first time this exercise we call Dharma Guardian is taking place in Japan. Last month, I had the honor to to witness an exercise that is the first fighter jet exercise between India and Japan. So we are cooperating. We face similar challenges. We work together to ensure that there is peace and stability and security in the region. So see this progress which we are making in political and strategic relationship, I would like to be seen in other areas too, in the business. I would like you to connect with us every business possible so that we can encourage them to reach out to India. We have 12 JITs, Japan Industrial Townships in India, exclusively for Japan. Plug in and play. That is available. But when I go around the various prefectures, very few know about it. In the last 1 month after my presentation of credentials to His Majesty, I had traveled to 8 prefectures, met the governors, met the chamber, met the legislative assemblies, and had the honor to speak to them. A few questions which I asked, have you heard about the JITs? Very few have not. It's exclusively for Japan. We are doing a lot to connect with Japan at every level. I would request you to please spread this message. And if you think that anybody whom we need to connect, please let us know. Please send an email. And I also like to thank the Indian community for the active role they are playing in promoting this. Many of you have, many of our associations and group have played a great job in connecting in the prefectures. See, we focus on Tokyo, but there is, Japan is 47 prefectures. We need to have small and medium scale companies in Japan to reach out to India. We have 1,500 companies. No, we need to make it 15,000. We have 50,000 Indian community in Japan. No, we need to make it 500,000. If we work together, we would be able to do it. Our leadership has given us a task to make India a developed country by 2047. Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. No, as Amrit Kaal. He said, next 25 years, it starts now. We have an important role to play in that. If you look at India-Japan relations, in our history, we can see that in our economic transformation, Japan has always played an important role. Whether it is Maruti Suzuki 40 years back, or whether it is Delhi Metro 20 years back, or whether it is Shinkansen now, Japan has always played an important role, a mutually beneficial role. India has benefited, Japan has benefited. So now I need to reach out to the prefectures to do that. More companies need to look at India. Imagine if we have 1,000 companies like Suzuki coming to India, working with us. It would help both India and Japan. Japan would be able to maintain its number 3 position as the largest economy, third largest economy in the world. India is today the 5th largest economy in the world, and we are growing. We are the largest populated country, more than China today. And the best part of it, this scale, these numbers, we have to be proud of it. Because 60% of that population is below the age of 35. That means 1 billion young population, skilled, is available today to serve the world. 50,000 is not the number we want in Japan. So I request everybody to spread the message. Let's work together and make this happen. Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav and Amrit Kaal. Particularly G20, as I mentioned, is very important. And Japan is the chair of G7. We are working together. A lot of meetings are taking place. Japan is participating in India. They are coming and seeing the kind of transformation India has witnessed in the last decade or so. So let us work on that. Let us celebrate that. And also I request you again to join hands with us to celebrate India every day in Japan. Now let me mention about these 3 platforms which I mentioned. We will have a presentation on this. This is to support, facilitate our engagement with Japanese. We have so many things happening in India. We have transformed a lot. Space program, we are one of the top most countries. Digital revolution which we have seen in India. We need to tell this to the Japanese. We need platforms for that. So I would urge the business community to connect with us. We are doing it. For example, tomorrow I have a 40-member delegation coming from India, headed by the Secretary DPIIT, to engage with the Japanese. There was a big Japanese delegation, business delegation, which went to India recently to participate in the bilateral business engagement. This is happening. Every governor whom I met is planning to take a delegation to India to engage. So there is a momentum which is there in our relationship. So we have IBN, IPN, and ICN to keep up that momentum. Once again, I thank you all for coming and joining us today. Once again, let us work together towards an Amrit Kaal that the Honorable Prime Minister has urged us to do. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. I request you to kindly take your seat. Now we would like to play a small video of the speech by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, delivered on the occasion of Pravasi Bharatiya Divas 2023.
गुयाना के राष्ट्रपति डॉक्टर मोहम्मद इरफान अली जी, सूरीनाम के राष्ट्रपति श्री चंद्रिका प्रसाद संतोखी जी, मध्य प्रदेश के राज्यपाल श्री मंगूभाई पटेल, मुख्यमंत्री शिवराज सिंह चौहान, विदेश मंत्री श्री एस जयशंकर जी, मंत्रिमंडल के अन्य सहयोगीगण और प्रवासी भारतीय दिवस सम्मेलन में विश्व भर से पधारे मेरे प्रिय भाइयों और बहनों, आप सभी को 2023 की मंगल कामनाएं। करीब 4 वर्षों के बाद प्रवासी भारतीय दिवस सम्मेलन एक बार फिर अपने मूल स्वरूप में अपनी पूरी भव्यता के साथ हो रहा है। अपनों से आमने सामने की मुलाकात का, आमने सामने की बात का अपना अलग ही आनंद भी होता है और उसका महत्व भी होता है। मैं आप सभी का 130 करोड़ भारतवासियों की ओर से अभिनंदन करता हूं, स्वागत करता हूं। भाइयों और बहनों, यहां उपस्थित प्रत्येक प्रवासी भारतीय अपने अपने क्षेत्रों में असाधारण उपलब्धियों के साथ अपने देश की माटी को नमन करने आया है। और ये प्रवासी भारतीय सम्मेलन मध्य प्रदेश की उस धरती पर हो रहा है जिसे देश का हृदय क्षेत्र कहा जाता है। एमपी में मां नर्मदा का जल, यहाँ के जंगल, आदिवासी परंपरा, यहाँ का अध्यात्म, ऐसा कितना कुछ है जो आपकी इस यात्रा को अविस्मरणीय बनाएगा। फ्रेंड्स, दिस प्रवासी भारतीय दिवस is special in many ways. We celebrated 75 years of India's independence just a few months ago. Our digital exhibition related to our freedom struggle has been organized here. It brings the glorious era in front of you again. Friends, the nation has entered the Amrit Kaal of the next 25 years. Our Pravasi Bhartiyas have significant place in this journey. India's unique global vision and its important role in the global order will be strengthened by you people. साथियों, हमारे यहां कहा जाता है स्वदेशो भुवन त्रयम, अर्थात हमारे लिए पूरा संसार ही हमारा स्वदेश है। मनुष्य मात्र ही हमारा बंधु बांधव है। इसी वैचारिक बुनियाद पर हमारे पूर्वजों ने भारत के सांस्कृतिक विस्तार को आकार दिया था। हम दुनिया के अलग अलग कोनों में गए। हमने सभ्यताओं के समागम की अनंत संभावनाओं को समझा। हमने सदियों पहले वैश्विक व्यापार की असाधारण परंपरा शुरू की थी। हम असीम लगने वाले समंदरों के पार गए। अलग अलग देशों, अलग अलग सभ्यताओं के बीच व्यावसायिक संबंध कैसे साझी समृद्धि के रास्ते खोल सकती हैं, भारत ने और भारतीयों ने करके दिखाया। आज अपने करोड़ों प्रवासी भारतीयों को जब हम ग्लोबल मैप पर देखते हैं तो कई तस्वीरें एक साथ उभरती हैं। दुनिया के इतने अलग अलग देशों में जब भारत के लोग एक कॉमन फैक्टर की तरह दिखते हैं तो वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की भावना उसके साक्षात दर्शन होते हैं। दुनिया के किसी एक देश में जब भारत के अलग अलग प्रांतों, अलग अलग क्षेत्रों के लोग मिलते हैं तो एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत का सुखद एहसास भी होता है। दुनिया के अलग अलग देशों में जब सबसे शांतिप्रिय, लोकतांत्रिक और अनुशासित नागरिकों की चर्चा होती है तो मदर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी होने का भारतीय गौरव अनेक गुना बढ़ जाता है। और जब हमारे इन प्रवासी भारतीयों के योगदान का विश्व आकलन करता है तो उसे सशक्त और समर्थ भारत, इसकी आवाज सुनाई देती है। इसलिए ही तो मैं आप सभी को, सभी प्रवासी भारतीयों को विदेशी धरती पर भारत का राष्ट्रदूत, ब्रांड एम्बेसडर कहता हूं। सरकारी व्यवस्था में राजदूत होते हैं। भारत की महान विरासत में आप राष्ट्रदूत होते हैं। फ्रेंड्स, योर रोल एज इंडियाज ब्रांड एम्बेसडर इज डाइवर्स। You are brand ambassadors of Make in India. You are brand ambassadors of yoga and Ayurveda. You are also brand ambassadors of India's cottage industries and handicrafts. At the same time, You are also brand ambassadors of India's millets. You would already know that 2023 has been declared by the United Nations as the International Year of Millets. I appeal to you to take some millets products with you while returning. You also have another important role to play in these rapidly changing times. You are the people who will address the world's desire to know more about India. Today, the whole world is waiting and watching India keenly with great interest and curiosity. It is important to understand why I'm saying this. साथियों, पिछले कुछ वर्षों में भारत ने विकास की जो गति प्राप्त की है, जो उपलब्धियां हासिल की हैं, वो असाधारण है, अभूतपूर्व है। जब भारत कोविड महामारी के बीच कुछ महीनों में ही स्वदेशी वैक्सीन बना लेता है, जब भारत अपने नागरिकों को 220 करोड़ से ज्यादा वैक्सीन डोज मुफ्त लगाने का रिकॉर्ड बनाता है, जब वैश्विक अस्थिरता के बीच भी भारत विश्व की उभरती अर्थव्यवस्था बनता है, जब भारत विश्व की बड़ी इकोनॉमी से कॉम्पीट करता है, टॉप 5 इकोनॉमी में शामिल होता है, जब भारत दुनिया का तीसरा सबसे बड़ा स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम बनता है, जब मोबाइल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जैसे क्षेत्रों में, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के क्षेत्र में मेक इन इंडिया का डंका बजता है, जब भारत अपने दम पर तेजस फाइटर प्लेन, एयरक्राफ्ट कैरियर, आईएनएस विक्रांत और अरिहंत जैसी न्यूक्लियर सबमरीन बनाता है, तो स्वाभाविक है दुनिया और दुनिया के लोगों में क्यूरियोसिटी होती है कि भारत क्या कर रहा है, कैसे कर रहा है। भारत की ये बढ़ती है ताकत आने वाले दिनों में और ज्यादा बढ़ने वाली है, और इसलिए भारत के प्रति जिज्ञासा, भारत के प्रति क्यूरियोसिटी भी और बढ़ेगी। और इसलिए विदेश में रहने वाले भारतीय मूल के लोगों की, प्रवासी भारतीयों की जिम्मेदारी भी बहुत बढ़ जाती है। आपके पास आज भारत के बारे में जितनी व्यापक जानकारी होगी, उतना ही आप दूसरों को भारत के बढ़ते सामर्थ्य के बारे में बता पाएंगे और तथ्यों के आधार पर बता पाएंगे। मेरा आग्रह है कि आपके पास कल्चरल और स्पिरिचुअल जानकारी के साथ साथ भारत की प्रगति की अपडेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए। साथियों, आप सबको ये भी पता है, इस वर्ष भारत दुनिया के G20 समूहों की अध्यक्षता भी कर रहा है। भारत इस जिम्मेदारी को एक बड़े अवसर के रूप में देख रहा है। हमारे लिए ये दुनिया को भारत के बारे में बताने का अवसर है। ये दुनिया के लिए भारत के अनुभवों से सीखने का, पुराने अनुभवों से सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर की दिशा तय करने का अवसर है। हमें G20 केवल एक डिप्लोमेटिक इवेंट नहीं, बल्कि जन भागीदारी का एक ऐतिहासिक आयोजन बनाना है। इस दौरान विश्व के विभिन्न देश भारत के जन जन के मन में अतिथि देवो भव की भावना का दर्शन करेंगे। आप भी अपने देश से आ रहे प्रतिनिधियों से मिलकर उन्हें भारत के बारे में बता सकते हैं। इससे उन्हें भारत पहुंचने से पहले ही अपनत्व और स्वागत का एहसास होगा। साथियों, और मैं तो ये भी कहूंगा कि जब G20 समिट में, क्योंकि कोई 200 मीटिंग होने वाली है, G20 समूह के 200 डेलीगेशन यहां आने वाले हैं, हिंदुस्तान के अलग अलग शहरों में जाने वाले हैं। वापस जाने के बाद वहां पर रहने वाले प्रवासी भारतीय उनको बुलाएं, भारत में गए थे तो कैसा रहा, उनके अनुभव सुने। मैं समझता हूं कि उनके साथ हमारे बंधन को और मजबूत करने के लिए अवसर बन जाए। साथियों, मेरा एक और सुझाव है। कई देशों में भारत से प्रवासी कई सदियों से जाकर बसे हैं। भारतीय प्रवासियों ने वहां के राष्ट्र के निर्माण में अपने असाधारण योगदान दिए हैं। हमें इनकी लाइफ, उनके स्ट्रगल्स और उनके अचीवमेंट्स को डॉक्यूमेंट करना चाहिए। हमारे कई बुजुर्गों के पास उस जमाने की कई मेमोरीज होगी। मेरा आग्रह है कि यूनिवर्सिटी के माध्यम से हर देश में हमारे डायस्पोरा के हिस्ट्री पर ऑडियो, वीडियो या लिखित डॉक्यूमेंटेशन के प्रयास किए जाएं। साथियों, कोई भी राष्ट्र उसमें निष्ठा रखने वाले हर व्यक्ति के दिल में जीवित रहता है। यहां भारत से कोई व्यक्ति जब विदेश जाता है और उसे वहां एक भी भारतीय मूल का व्यक्तित्व या व्यक्ति मिल जाता है तो उसे लगता है कि उसे पूरा भारत मिल गया। यानी आप जहां रहते हैं, भारत को अपने साथ रखते हैं। बीते 8 वर्षों में देश ने अपने डायस्पोरा को ताकत देने के लिए हर संभव प्रयास किया है। आज भारत का ये कमिटमेंट है कि आप दुनिया में कहीं भी रहेंगे, देश आपके हितों और अपेक्षाओं के लिए आपके साथ रहेगा। मैं गयाना के राष्ट्रपति जी और सूरीनाम के राष्ट्रपति जी का भी हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं कि इस महत्वपूर्ण समारोह के लिए उन्होंने समय निकाला और उन्होंने जितनी बातें आज हमारे सामने रखी है वे वाकई बहुत उपयोगी हैं। और मैं उनको विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि जिन सुझावों को उन्होंने रखा है उस पर भारत जरूर खरा उतरेगा। मैं गयाना जी के राष्ट्रपति जी का भी बहुत आभारी हूं कि उन्होंने आज काफी पुरानी यादें साझा की, क्योंकि जब मैं गयाना गया तो मैं कुछ भी नहीं था, मुख्यमंत्री भी नहीं था, और तब का नाता उन्होंने याद करके निकाला। मैं उनका बहुत बहुत आभारी हूं। मैं फिर एक बार आप सभी प्रवासी भारतीय दिवस के लिए इस समारोह में आए, बीच के गैप के बाद मिलने का मौका मिला है। मेरी तरफ से आपको अनेक अनेक शुभकामनाएं हैं। बहुत लोगों से मिलना होगा, बहुत लोग चीजें जानने को मिलेगी, जिससे लेकर के उन स्मृतियों को लेकर के फिर अपने कार्य क्षेत्र में लौटेंगे, अपने रिस्पेक्टिव कंट्री में जाएंगे। मुझे विश्वास है कि भारत के साथ जुड़ाव का एक नया युग शुरू होगा। मेरी आपको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद।
For watching the video. I request His Excellency Ambassador Sibi George and Madam Joyce Sibi to kindly step on stage for the next part of the program. We now welcome Ms. Maksuda Sarfi Shiotani, President of Ishikawa Indian Association, onto the stage. Ms. Shiotani has received the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman from Honorable President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, on Pravasi Bharatiya Divas 2023. She is widely recognized for strengthening the relations between India and Japan through the fields of culture, education, and commerce. I request His Excellency Ambassador Sibi George to kindly felicitate Ms. Maksuda Shiotani with a shawl, and Madam Joyce Sibi to kindly present a flower bouquet to Ms. Shiotani. Thank you, sir. I request the Honorable Ambassador to kindly remain on stage, Madam Joyce Sibi and Ms. Shiotani to kindly take their seats. We now move to the next part of the program. On the occasions of Vishwa Hindi Divas and Republic Day of India, we have witnessed enthusiastic participation from the Indian diaspora in Japan, especially from the students of Global Indian International School and India International School in Japan. They have truly delighted us with their heartfelt renditions of patriotic songs and poems. I request the Honorable Ambassador, sir, to kindly present the certificates to the students in appreciation of their participation. Since the number of the recipients is large, I would request them to kindly be prompt in stepping onto the stage. First, the students who took part in the Republic Day celebration in January. We have from GIIS, Asmi Visal, Ramni Kaur Sidhu, Shreya Bhati, Himani Singh, Mishika Kocherlakota, Gautam Bellam, Soma Suzuki, Arisa Pereira, Aryav Karikalan, Kumar Dhairya Kushwaha, Harita Lakshmi Ravishankar, Sanvi Shetty, Arya Amol Pathak. Next, we have students from IISJ, Gaikwad Atharv Sandeep, Sai Omkar Kuanar, Kshitij Patwardhan, Kruti Manjunatha, Aradhya Singh, Riskin Sheikh, Bhriti Chapparadalli, Yashasvi Wadiyar, Siddharth Kulkarni, Arohi Singh, Saira Ullas, U Shwetashri, Arshati Shende, Jia Mayukha, Kirtana Vaka, Khushi Veerapurmat, Jyotsna Chavate, Mahir Nangya, Isha Tamboli, Parisa Patil, Aryan Kulkarni. Next, we invite the students who took part in the Vishwa Hindi Divas celebration on 10th January. Janvi Srivastava, Harita Lakshmi Ravishankar, Misha Joshi, Janvi Sharma Durbhaka, Vihan Chavan, Siddhant Rawal, Akshara Rai, Mailara Purishita, Raghav Yadav, Janissa Stephen, Ritya Gupta, Thank you, sir. We will now felicitate the winners of the India quiz held online by the Vivekananda Cultural Center. Ashutosh Singh, Kasumi Tomizawa. Gangavarapu Swapanthi. Miyuki Naito. Kalpana Nayak. Prasanna Parthasarathi. Sundar Lakshman. We will also felicitate the winners of the Science and Technology quiz organized by the embassy. Please come forward. Anil Anand. Mr. Ajay Srinivas Karnavar. Mr. Achyutarao Killam Setti. Thank you, sir. I request you to kindly take your seat. Dear friends, as you are aware, India currently holds the presidency of the G20, and the Embassy of India regularly conducts numerous G20 programs, both physically and online through our social media handles. Throughout the remaining part of the program, we will be asking a few quiz questions on G20, and those who get it right will receive a prize at the end. Please raise your hand and step forward to the mic if you know the answer. The first question: which country held the G20 presidency before India? I saw a hand there first. Oh, okay. Mayazumi-san, there.
Indonesia.
Yes, that's the right answer. Indonesia. May I get your name, please? Rajesh Prashant? Prasad. Thank you. That's the right answer. We now move to the next part of the program, which consists of a series of brief presentations on the three networks that help connect the Indian diaspora in Japan, namely the Indian Professionals Network, the Indian Business Network, and the Indian Cultural Network. First, I invite Mr. Lakhavat Suresh, First Secretary, Economic and Science and Technology, Embassy of India, to speak about the Indian Professionals Network.
Respected Ambassador Sir, distinguished guests, senior officers and colleagues, members of Indian Diaspora, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you all. I take this opportunity to introduce the Indian Professionals Network to you all. But before I do that, I must share with you all that this new initiative has been the sole brainchild
of our Honorable Ambassador, who has led from the front to not only conceptualize this idea, but also implement this platform. Thank you very much, sir, for this idea. Having said that, change slide. What is IPN? So it is a platform to connect all Indian professionals in Japan. We are going to use IPN as a digital platform to highlight and introduce the ongoing economic and technological developments in India. We also plan to use IPN to enhance the existing institutional linkages with all stakeholders of Japan. We also plan to extend embassies outreach with all Indian professionals to further strengthen the vibrant India-Japan bilateral relations. Can we have the next slide? So what is going to be our objective when we use IPN? We want to explore the India-Japan cooperation in technological, economic, and scientific areas. We would like to share the best practices between India and Japan in various sectors. We also want to extend embassies outreach with Indian professionals and make them partners in progress of the India-Japan relations. We wish to create a sector-wise database and resolve issues of all Indian professionals, if at all, while they are in Japan. We will utilize IPN to work closely with all the prefectures in Japan, wherever Indian professionals are located. With this IPN network, we also aim to increase the number of Indian professionals in Japan. Next. So, having said that, what are the events that we propose from the embassy? We will have sector-specific events involving Indian professionals and stakeholders of Japan. The first such event, titled Dialogue with Indian Students, Opportunities in Japan, was held recently on the 16th February 2023, and let me tell you that it was a great success. More such dialogues or events with Indian students or professionals will be hosted on regular basis by the embassy. That's all from me. Thank you for your patient hearing. I make an appeal to you all to register yourselves on the IPN network, which is there on the Indian website, and stay connected with us for future events. Jai Hind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now have the second G20 quiz question. Who is the Indian G20 Sherpa? Yes, that's the right answer. May I get your name, please? I now invite Mr. Abhishek Goel, Second Secretary, Political and Commerce, to give the presentation on the Indian Business Network.
Respected Ambassador Sir, senior officials from the embassy, my dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Uh, like as Ambassador Sir in his speech had mentioned, IBN or Indian Business Network is part of the collective framework that IPN, ICN, and IBN are part of. That is an extensive outreach to increase our presence in Japan. So, India is, as you might know, India has become the fifth largest economy recently. And we are also celebrating 75 years of independence. These 75 years, we are now looking at further 25 years to 2047, where we celebrate the Amrit Kaal and hope to become a developed nation. As a key of development, we need strong exports, resilient supply chains between India and Japan. And as a precursor for that, we need a very strong network in Japan within our business community, connecting Indian businesses and Indian businesses with Japan. IBN is one such small effort, which is a part of the overall outreach that we will be doing, which Ambassador Sir in his presentation and highlighted. Sorry. So the objective of the platform is to bring together all Indian businesses, entrepreneurs, and organizations operating in Japan. The network is designed to provide a platform for Indian businesses to connect with each other, as well as with Japanese businesses and institutions to explore new opportunities, facilitate trade and investment between India and Japan. So, overall, the platform is to share ideas, knowledge, and best practices, and is focused on promoting the Indian businesses' growth in Japan so that they can develop. Next slide, please. For the members, the platform provides an opportunity to network with each other, to collaborate, form partnerships with other businesses in Japan. The network is facilitated by various organizations, including our embassy and various Indian businesses operating in Japan. It will allow to host various events and seminars throughout the years, including business conferences, workshops, and networking events. This allows us to learn about the network will provide the members to learn about the latest business trends and technologies and also explore new business opportunities in Japan. Overall, it's a digital platform to highlight ongoing economic and technological developments in India and how to leverage them in Japan. One important part will be subgroup that will be formed as part of this IBA network that will be focused on specific sectors like food and agriculture, IT, as well as hospitality and others. So we request all the members, the companies to suggest some ideas where you would like to collaborate and work together. Next slide. So the events, uh, one of the major focus will be organizing events. The events will be sector specific focused events, which will be involving Indian businesses and relevant stakeholders in Japan. We are also extensively going to different prefectures as a part of our outreach, where Indian businesses are located or have the potential to expand. This will also allow members to be a part of emailing list where event information, press releases, upcoming events will be shared. And members will also get an opportunity to organize, coordinate, and lead the event. One important announcement that I wanted to make was to please register yourself. The deadline is extended, and we look forward to registering more people, more businesses, and having more entrepreneurs in Japan working with India. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now, the third quiz question. Which countries are part of the G20 Troika? Which three countries are part of the G20 Troika? Anyone? I will give you a hint. India is one of them. Brazil is correct. One more? No, not China. Not Japan. Indonesia. So whoever said Indonesia gets it. I'm sorry, Brazil. Why is it? Sorry, can I get your name?
Gajanan Patil.
Thank you. I now invite Ms. Kanika Agrawal, Director, Vivekananda Cultural Center, to inform us about the Indian Cultural Network.
Honorable Ambassador Sir, Madam Joy Shibi, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, आप सभी को मेरा सादर नमस्कार. We all know that India's cultural diversity and richness is unparalleled. And I'm very sure that each one of you present here who have been staying in Japan for such a long time will also appreciate the fact that India's culture has played a vital role in India's global influence and identity. The ideas of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina and Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam also emanated from India's culture and civilizational values. In order to harness the potential of India's culture for deepening the ties with Japan, the Embassy of India, Tokyo, is pleased to announce the launch of Indian Cultural Network under the able guidance and leadership of His Excellency Sri Shibi George, Ambassador of India to Japan. ICN is a platform to bring together the cultural and academic talent pool based in Japan. So now I would like to briefly go through the idea and the objective behind creating this cultural platform. Why ICN? So there is great when I came to Japan, I was very surprised to find that a lot of Japanese are interested in Indian culture. So there is a great enthusiasm among Japanese for Indian culture. The need to deepen the role of India's soft power in strengthening the India-Japan strategic relation. As I already mentioned, that we first connect through soft power and then we move ahead to our other agendas. So Indian culture can play a very important role in that. Large pool of artists, academicians, and scholars working on Indian art and Indian studies in Japan, both Japanese and Indian diaspora art people. Around 40,000 strong Indian diaspora in Japan with a large pool of cultural talent. Considerable presence of organizations and NPOs engaged in deepening India Japan cultural ties. So, the motive behind this ICN is to bring together all of them to come out with more productive ideas and collaboration. The idea behind ICN bringing together all the artists and organizations on a common platform for more impactful collaboration, creating an official database so that we can reach out to those artists and academicians whenever we want to hold any event, an opportunity for all professional artists and organizations to collaborate with the Embassy for Cultural Initiative. So till now, maybe we did not have a complete database of all those engaged in cultural and academic pursuits. So we want to create an official database now, creating a pool of innovative ideas to deepen the motto of connecting through culture, taking Indian culture to all corners of Japan by mobilizing local resources and giving them a platform to generate awareness and appeal for India through its culture. Increasing outreach activities of the Government of India, increasing people to people connection and exchanges through cultural activities and collaboration. So, again, under the guidance of Ambassador Sir, we have created this project called Connecting Himalayas with Mount Fuji. So, as we can all understand, this is a symbolic name for bringing Japan and India together. So, we all know that India and Japan are all weather friends, but we believe that we need to make the future generation of India and Japan also all weather friends for all time to come. So this is one such project connecting Himalayas with Mount Fuji, which symbolizes deepening the connection between India and Japan. And under this project, we are going to hold a cultural festival of 75 plus events from January 1st. So the festival has already started and it will continue up to August 15, 2023, which also marks the conclusion of ACAM. So these are the tentative events and we will go on adding to the list as and when we get more database about the artists involved. This is these are the events already scheduled, and we will be adding more to this. And we are continuously posting the information about these events on our social media handles. So we request you to please follow us on social media. So we invite your kind support by registering on the portal. So I request all the artists and academicians present here to please register yourself on ICN, spreading a word and encouraging all eligible candidates and organizations to register, following our social media handles and attending the event. And more importantly, I would like to request you all to kindly spread a word about our event to all your Japanese counterparts and friends, because our motto is to create more awareness, more appeal for India among the Japanese people. And it is my earnest request to you all to please encourage your Japanese counterparts to attend the events at the embassy. So, as my colleagues already introduced IPN and IBN to you, and I introduced ICN, so all you have to do is just go to the home page of the embassy, and these three logos will appear. You just have to click on the logo to go to the relevant page and register yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we have two last quiz questions. Which country among the following is not a member of G20? Mexico, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, and Portugal. Yes. Who said it first? Please stand up. Okay. May I get your name, please? Parth.
Parth.
Thank you. That's the
Parth
right answer.
Bhardwaj.
Now, the last question. What is the meaning of India's G20 theme, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam?
One Earth, one family, one future.
Close, but not exactly.
World is
Yes, the
yes,
world
world
is
is one.
one family. Yes,
We all are one family.
yes. The gentleman to my right said it first. Mr. Dhar has said it
Samorish
correctly.
Dhar.
I now request the Honorable Ambassador, sir, to kindly step on stage for the prize distribution. First, Mr. Rajesh. Mr. Kushendra Chowdhury. Uh, while we wait for him to come down, Mr. Patil. Mr. Patil, you can go ahead. Mr. Kushendra Chowdhury. Mr. Parth. Mr. Dhar. Thank you, sir. We now head to the last part of the program, which is to celebrate the cultural diversity of India through dance. The Indian diaspora in Japan has richly contributed to the tradition of Indian dances in Japan, and today we bring to you 5 performances by the diaspora. For the first performance, please welcome onto stage Miss Ridhima Bahuguna, who will be performing a dance inspired by Bharatanatyam titled Namo Namo.
तेरे सामने है झुका मेरे सर पे हाथ रख तेरा नमो नमो शंकर भोलेनाथ शंकर जय गोपनाथ शंभु हे शिवाय शंकर नमो नमो शंकर भोलेनाथ शंकर गुरुदेव हे महेश्वरा चंद्रमा ललाट पे साल का मैं खड़ा हूँ पाँव में, प्यास क्या हो तुझे, गंगा है तेरी जटाओं में, जटाओं में, जटाओं में। दूसरों के वास्ते तू सदैव ही जिया, मांगा कुछ कभी नहीं, तूने सिर्फ है दिया। समुद्र मंथन का था समय जो आ पड़ा, द्वंद्व दोनों लोक में विषामृत बिथा छिड़ा, अमृत सभी मैं बांट के, प्याला विष का तूने खुद पिया। नमो नमो शंकर भोलेनाथ शंकर, शंकर लोकनाथ शंभो है शिवाय शंकर। नमो नमो शंकर भोलेनाथ शंकर, रुद्रदेव है महेश्वरा, रुद्रदेव है महेश्वरा, रुद्रदेव है महेश्वरा।
Thank you for the delightful performance. Next, we have a Pahari dance by Buransh group consisting of Miss Rachna Bisht, Miss Rekha Kharola, and Miss Ishani Kharola.
शिवजी का बाबा सची फूल फुल्या छना, अरे फूल फुल्या छना, हा फूल फुल्या सचे मुंड मधारू चंदिरो खासी गाडूआ रेशमी रुमाला भांबोरा केले मोठा उडेले मोठा उडेला रेशमी रुमाला भांबोरा केले मोठा उडेले मोठा उडेला
We will now see a dance by the MBDS group consisting of Ms. Mihika Gandhi, Ms. Kavya Sharma, and Ms. Angela Wong. Thank you for the beautiful performance. We now have Kautig Matsuri by the Manmalang group consisting of Kiran Bharadwaj and Shweta Kemini.
Living up on the high, living up on the high, is to love us the way, like Yamaya Toria, like Yamaya Toria, Abrayo, Pasta, you चिपकली खड़ी आई वो छुट्टी माया छड़ी आई स्कूल रास्ता में जुगलाई स्कूली गेटा जब हो बेटा स्कूली गेटा जब हो बेटा जरा आँखों में है क्या चिटेटा मेरा यूं कष्ट में जूझ फुल बजी दमो बजी के मस्का फुल बजी के मस्का बुढ़े से बिछड़ना चला तो ना चलो कसिका अरे खपरो ना चला तब ओली निरस्याड़ अरे लगलो मंडाण लगलो मंडाण आज लगलो मंडाण रति लगलो मंडाण लगलो मंडाण लगलो मंडाण आज लगलो मंडाण पाकुड़ी बड़ी अब चुक लगी अब मेरा पारा तेरी दंद लगी पाकुड़ी बड़ी अब चुक लगी अब मेरा पारा तेरी दंद लगी अरे देखी यार साढ़े तीन तुम तेरे जान बल को तो मंडाण रति लगलो मंडाण मेरा गो मंडाण लगलो मंडाण लगलो मंडाण लगलो मंडाण लगलो मंडाण लगलो मंडाण उड़ने हुए गायर चैता की चैताल्या शिवजी का बाबा सच्ची फूल फुल्या छना अरे फूल फुल्या छना फूल फुल्या छना मुंड मधारू जतिरो घासी पुगारुआ हाथ मधारू जतिरो रेशमी रोमाला सजे मुंड मधारू जतिरो घासी पुगारुआ रेशमी रोमाला भावरा केले थला उड़ेले
for the delightful performance. For the last performance, please put your hands together for Miss Ridhima Bahuguna and Miss Shraddha Patil, who will perform a semi-classical dance titled Bharat Dil Se.
छाप तिलक सब चीरे मोसे नैना मिलई खुसरो निजाम के खुसरो निजाम के बल बल चली है खुसरो निजाम के जान गई है मोहे सुहागन की ओ मोहे सुहागन की मोसे नैना मिलई के छाप तिलक सब चीरे मोसे नैना मिलई के छाप तिलक सब चीरे मोसे नैना मिलई के जाने कैसे बांधी तूने अखियों के डोर मन में रखे चलाया तेरी ओर मेरे चेहरे की सुबह जुल्फों के शाम मेरा सब कुछ है तेरा उसे तेरी नाम नजरों ने तेरी छुआ तो है जादू हुआ होने लगी हूँ मैं हंसी आफरी 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 चेहरा एक फूल की तरह शादाब है चेहरा उसका है या कोई माताब है चेहरा जैसे गजल चेहरा जाने गजल चेहरा जैसे कली चेहरा जैसे कमल चेहरा जैसे तस्वीर भी तस्वीर भी चेहरा एक ख्वाब भी चेहरा ताबीर भी चेहरा बोली अलिफ लैल भी दास्तां चेहरा एक पल यकीन चेहरा एक पल गुमा चेहरा यादा के चेहरा कहीं भी नहीं मारू मारू मैं जबी उसने जाना कि तारीफ मुमकिन नहीं उसने जाना कि तारीफ मुमकिन नहीं आफरी 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 तू भी देखे अगर तो कहे हम नशी आफरी 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 उसने जाना कि तारीफ मुमकिन नहीं
Thank you for the beautiful performance. That brings us to the end of the events inside the auditorium. On behalf of the Embassy of India, I once again thank you for your participation and hope for your continued engagement. Please step out and partake in the refreshments laid for you. Thank you.